There are so many wild things happening in Northwest Arkansas, and especially Bentonville. Today we're covering 4 of the things you definitely need to be aware of, whether you live here currently or you're thinking about moving down here. So, let's talk about that. Hey everybody! If you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually came from the dumpster fire, the horrible, no good state of Illinois. I was a broker up there for a long time. I was looking for the best place to live in America, and that was by far Northwest Arkansas. I went to Asheville, I went to Boise, I went to Colorado, I went to all the different places you might be looking for right now. Northwest Arkansas by far takes the cake. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, let's meet in for coffee, let's talk on the phone, let's actually come to Northwest Arkansas, check it out, and let's talk about why this is the best place to live in America by far. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. And the first thing we need to cover is actually the Walton Family Foundation plus other sort of state-funded things are giving $18 million to this brand new basic teacher housing project in Bentonville. A little bit of a recap. The actual school of the actual school itself of Bentonville decided they own some land. They're actually going to build their own housing for teachers that are coming to the area. What sparked all this was that there's a couple teachers that were not able to secure housing, I think in 2023 school season year, and so they offered them jobs, couldn't afford housing. So this way they're like, we can't come to the area because of this reason, because housing is too expensive. Now, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit of a cop out because with a teacher salary in Bentonville, which is it's very nice comparison, especially if you're a first year teacher. Then if you want to live in downtown Bentonville, not going to be realistic. If you live in parts of Bentonville, it can be a little bit more expensive, but Centerton, Bella Vista, Pea Ridge, Rogers, Fayetteville, depends on how long you want to travel, Cave Springs to some extent, you can afford a house there. So I'm a little skeptical about that, but that's fine, cool, whatever. But long story short, the actual school is building their own projects. But anyways, I say all that to say is that it's going to be 160 units basically designed for teachers and getting them into the door and having them affordable housing. So it's really going to be more affordable, not subsidized, I would hate to say that word, but more of they're not going to be the actual owners are not going to be having huge payments, which means they can have obviously much cheaper rent. So the Walton Family Foundation, I'm looking at my notes, are donating, I think, between Walton Family Foundation and the state of Arkansas, they're donating $18.7 million. They're able to then do a $13.8 million tax credit as well as a state loan, and then another $4.9 million grant from Accelerate Housing out of Northwest Arkansas, based out of Rogers. So they're getting, the whole project is going to be between 40 and 50 million. So they're getting pretty close to break even. So whatever, they're not going to charge a lot of money for this rent, maybe based on the state loan stuff versus anything. But all I know, the goal of this is that more money is being poured into these projects to make sure that teachers can afford housing in the local area. So this whole housing project is completely designed for teachers and staffing that are coming into the school district. I'm sure there's going to be stipulations on how long they can stay there and to get them through the door, because really it's just a controllable way for Bentonville to continue hiring teachers and be like, hey, we have housing for you with your family, etc. But we want you to buy a house in about 2 to 3 years or less. And the second interesting thing happening in Northwest Arkansas, and I find this very interesting, is that Onyx Coffee is the first coffee shop, and a couple other businesses, not necessarily Walmart, or one of the big players of Northwest Arkansas, is able to pay their people at a livable wage, as they call it. So the average person working at Onyx in Washington County makes $23, and then the average person in Benton County makes $25 per hour. So very interesting, because it makes sense for the branding of Onyx, because Onyx is definitely a more expensive brand when it comes to coffee, but at the same time they spend a lot of money on getting beans processed properly and being direct to source, flying to obviously these countries in South America. So they're really just, I'm not a coffee expert, I know that, but I do know that my friends who are coffee experts, not even this local area in Chicagoland, knew of Onyx Coffee because they made such big waves in the coffee industry to go direct to buyer. They worked with the farmers directly. I know it's more common nowadays, but the fact is that they're the ones doing the hard legwork of making sure that farmers are well kept, well paid well, and growing their crops in those local areas versus other companies who do maybe different things. So obviously it's a more expensive coffee brand, and it makes sense for them to have that livable wage factor. And in another breath of sense, from a business standpoint, I get it, because if you have unique coffee, and do have unique coffee, and it's very specialized, turnover only hurts you because you have to train new employees. And so if you can keep your employees longer and they have a livable wage, then they are working a job, not necessarily just a barista. They are truly, this is a job for them, and they can work up the ladder or work around stuff. So, but regardless, long story short, Onyx Coffee is paying their people livable wage in Northwest Arkansas. It's the only coffee shop that I'm aware of, plus a lot of other businesses that are toting this currently as we speak. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check this place out, maybe you're looking for vacation here, maybe you're looking to potentially move here. I made 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, I have 3-day itineraries for you. So if you want it like day by day, city by city, thing by thing, restaurant by restaurant, all the links are below. Download them below and use them when you get down here. And maybe you are looking to move down here. Maybe you're using things like Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? When is First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? When are the farmers markets? What's going on? What new businesses are moving here? What's going on in downtown Rogers? What are all the cool things happening at the Walmart Amphitheater? So many things all the time. All the time. Enter your name below. Enter your email below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday, but I want you to be aware. I need you to be aware of this. You will get a little fear of missing out, a little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third really cool thing happening in Northwest Arkansas is that the Meteor Cafe is finally opening in the South Yard end of Fayetteville. One of my favorite coffee shops, I don't even call it a coffee shop, cafe, hangout place, great breakfast tacos, great everything, bike shop at the same time in Bentonville as well as Austin, is finally opening up in Fayetteville. So the unique thing that I find with Meteor is that the owners of Intelligentsia Coffee, which is a famous coffee brand up in Chicago, own the Meteor in Austin as well as the one in Bentonville, as now the one in Fayetteville. The Meteor Cafe is well worth checking out. It's on the Razorback Greenway next to Tacos and Tamales, next to Central Barbecue down in the South Yard. It's part of the whole downtown, kind of like the spreading out of the downtown section of Fayetteville in Fayetteville. And so connected to the Razorback Greenway, so super nice place if you want to get your bike serviced, at the same time have coffee, drinks, hangout spots, etc. The Meteor Cafe is where it's at. The one in Bentonville is fantastic, love it. It's kind of near the downtown section. Never been to the one in Austin. Actually, I should probably go there. If I go to Austin, I probably should go to the Meteor. But regardless, I'm super jazzed about the one in Fayetteville because I'm jazzed because of the fact that they should have one in Springdale eventually, have one in Rogers, and I'm sure that's coming down the pipeline, but Fayetteville is where it's at because it's really on the Razorback Greenway. So super cool to have the Meteor opening up, and they're opening up August 9th, so by the time this video comes out, it should be live. So we're good to go. Yay! And the fourth really cool thing happening in Northwest Arkansas is that Thaden School, based out of Bentonville, is expanding their campus quite a bit, actually. So Thaden Field has grown quite a bit in the last couple of years. Thaden School is actually a project done by the Walton Family Foundation and their excellence program, which is basically like basically what it boils down to is they spend a lot of money in architecture, design, and there's a couple projects in Northwest Arkansas that they've really known for: Walton Art Center, Theater Squared, parts of Springdale, some parts of Bentonville. But Thaden School was one that they really spent a lot of time on. It's a private school in Bentonville, but they're expanding their campus. So Thaden School is well known and well renowned across America, not only for their school stuff, but honestly more for the architecture. It's traveled to a lot just to see it, won numerous awards just for what it's done there and just the way the style of stuff, plus the fact that they are private, the school system, they can do more unique things when it comes to how they structure school and how they do things. They're more socially driven in a sense of like they are working on mathematics and other things, of course, like per usual, some STEM stuff, but they really focus mostly on like social economic like growth things, if you want to say it that way, and I'm trying to be subtle here. So what I've been told and known is like a great politician will come out of Thaden School. Well-rounded, very intelligent, read? Maybe I'm showing my true colors here when it comes to education. But regardless, a well-rounded student will come out of Thaden, but leaning more towards a social economic thing versus like a heavy STEM thing. Because in other parts of Northwest Arkansas, you have heavy STEM in the John Tyson School of Innovation, which is all STEM related. You have other schools that are very arts driven. You have other schools that are like obviously more driven towards like I wouldn't say education, but like getting like school prep, like actually college prep. Like Haas Hall is very college prep. Usually a lot of students go from there right to the Ivy League. So NWA is a very diverse school system, but Thaden School is a very architecturally driven, very cool school. Sounds fun to say. And they are expanding. So it just shows the fact that Northwest Arkansas continues to grow in education, as well as not only in the public sector, but also the private as well. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. It sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things going on in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally talking about all the school systems, the medical stuff, all the future events, all the things city by city, population, statistics, all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas in this one huge packet. In this actual box itself, stickers, booklets. It comes with my brand new NWA coloring book. My favorite, if I do admit. Hold on, there's a good one here. Hold on. It's me! Anyways, comes with the coloring book, comes with all sorts of things, postcards, everything you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, shipped right to your home, Enter your address and name below. I'll make sure you get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so I know, that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite folder F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.